press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello everyone, welcome to the part third of the linear inequalities. In the last session, we were discussing about problems from the exercise 6.1, right? Okay, so in this class also we are going to do the same thing. Let's continue the same exercise, that is 6.1. Now let's move on to the question number 23, I think. Okay, so 22nd question is discussed in the last class, right? Okay, now let us discuss 23, and this is important one for the purpose of annual examination. Find all pairs of find all pairs of consecutive odd positive integers, consecutive odd positive integers both of which are 'smaller than 10', such that their sum is more than 11. So this is a question. So you have to find consecutive pairs of consecutive odd integers, in the sense odd integers like 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 9, 9, 11 and so on. These are we call as the consecutive odd positive integers. We have to find pairs of such numbers such that all they are less than 10. You mean the required number should be less than 10 and the sum of those two must be more than 11. That's a question using the concept of inequality. Hope you got the question. You have to find the numbers, you have to find the pairs, consecutive odd pairs, such that sum of those two pairs should be more than 11. That's a question. Okay, now let's find the pairs, required pairs. So let solution, let the two consecutive means successive, two consecutive pairs odd positive integers be x and x plus 2, x and x plus 2, because if you consider a first order integer as 3, next one becomes 3 plus 2, that is 5. So given that what both are less than 10, right? So x is less than 10 and x plus 2 also less than 10. If you simplify this, you get x is less than 8, right? From these two I can take x less than 10. I'm comparing these two. The common value start from, see if you draw a number line, so you get what? This is 8, this is 10, less than 8, so this is less than 10. So common value start from 8. So I consider this one as the first statement. And one more thing they have given, sum is more than 11. So both the numbers, x plus 2 is greater than 11. Then what pair satisfy these two conditions? That's the question. So let's solve this. You get what? 2x plus 2 is less than 11. So let's finding the values of x. Finding the values of x. I think you are all familiar in finding the values of x. So what I do? Adding minus 2 on both sides, you get what? 2x is greater than 9, and dividing by 2 on both sides, you get x is greater than 9 by 2. So 9 by 2 is around 4.5. So this is equation 2 you take. So from equation 1 and 2, So from 1 and 2, let us take this one as equation 2. I'm sorry, statement 2. From 1 and 2, x is greater than 4.5 and less than 9, less than 8. Okay. So this is what we have. Now you to take the values in between these two, such that they must be what, positive integers and consecutive odd, I mean successive odd positive integers, such that sum should be less than 11. So your pairs are like this. So more than 4.5 means I can take 5, a pair becomes 7, such that sum of these is, yes, of course, more than 11. Yes, 5 plus 7 is 12. Again, one more thing is 7 and 9. X is 7, so 7 plus 9, another becomes 9, 7 plus 9 again, it is more than 11. You can't take one more pair because x should be less than 8. Taken 7 less than 8. You can't take 9 and 11 because 9 becomes more than 8. So these two are the required pairs. These two are the required pairs. So these two satisfy the condition that both are less than 10, okay, and sum is more than 11. So this is an important for the purpose of annual examination. Okay, simple. Now let's move on to question number 24. So 24th question is also important for annual examination, appeared in the examination. So same as before, find all pairs of consecutive, find all pairs of consecutive even positive integers. Find all pairs of consecutive even integers. Consecutive even integers. Both of which are larger than 5. Both of which are larger than 5, such that their sum is less than 23. Their sum is less than 23. Same as before. My dear students, here the question is, again you have to find a pairs of consecutive even positive integers, you mean like 2 4, 4 6, 6 8, 8 10 and so on, such that both of which are larger than 5. Both the numbers must be larger than 5 and their sum must be less than 23. Yes, you have to find such pairs satisfying these two conditions using the inequality. So whenever they ask the question in the examination, you have to use the concept of inequality. That is very important. Okay, solution is, again let the numbers be, let the two numbers be, let the two consecutive even integers be x and x plus 2. Again you take both for both the cases you take x and x plus 2, because whenever you consider first number as x, next becomes x plus 2 obviously. 2 and 4, that is 2 and 2 plus 2, such that both of which are larger than 5. You mean given that both of which are larger than 5 and x plus 2 is also larger than 5. Okay, so this gives what, x is greater than 3 by adding minus 2 on both sides. So then the common values, yes, when you take the common values, this is 3, this is 5. So more than 3, x is more than 3 and more than 5. So start from 5. You have to consider the common values from 5, that is more than 5. Common value starts from 5. So take it as equation 1. Okay, sorry, statement 1. Now second thing is both of sum of these two numbers are less than 23. You mean x plus 2 is less than 23. This is what the given condition. Okay. So now let's solve this. You get what? 2x plus 2 less than 23. Then this gives 2x less than 21 by adding minus 1 on both sides. This gives x less than 21 by 2. You mean what? Dividing by 2 on both sides, you get 10.5, I think, right? Okay. So now this is what a statement 2 you take. From 1 and 2, x is what? Greater than 5 and less than 10.5. You have to consider the values in between these two. Then take even integers in between 5 and 10.5. So the required numbers are yes, the first one is when you take 6, a pair becomes 8, such that sum of these two 14 less than 23. One more pair is 8 comma 10 is 18 less than 23, because x is less than 10.5, I can take 8. And one more thing is 10, yes, it is less than 10.5, so 10 and 12, so sum is less than 23, 12. So these two are the required, these three are the required pairs. Okay, so this is about a 24th question, an important one. Okay, now let's move to the 5th one. Okay, now let's move 25th one. The longest side of a triangle is longest side of a triangle is the longest side of a triangle is 3 times the shortest side. 3 times the shortest side. Three times the shortest side, and the third side is third side is 2 centimeters shorter than the longest side. 2 centimeters shorter than the longest side. The longest side. If the perimeter of the triangle is perimeter of the triangle is at least 61 centimeter. least 61 centimeter. Find the minimum length of the shortest side. Find the minimum length of shortest side. Okay, a simple one. So there are three sides in a triangle. Of course, we are all familiar in this. In that, here we have divided like this: longest side, second side, and the shortest side. The longest side is triple of the shortest side, and third side is 2 centimeters shorter than the longest side. So, and if the perimeter if the perimeter of the triangle is at least 61 centimeter, for that to get the minimum perimeter of 61 centimeter, what should be the minimum length of shortest side? So, this is about shortest side. So, let x be the shortest side. Okay, x be the shortest or you take x centimeter, because they are given in centimeter. X centimeter will be the shortest side, because longest as well as third side depends upon this. So I taken first as shortest side. Okay. Now your longest side becomes what? Then, so longest side equal to what? 3 times the shortest side. So shortest side is x, so triple of x, 3x centimeter. And the third side becomes what actually? 2 centimeters shorter than longest. The longest side becomes 3x, and it is minus 2 centimeters. Okay. Then to get the minimum perimeter of 61 centimeter, what should be the minimum length of the shortest side? That's the question. Yes. What is perimeter actually? It's the sum of the boundaries, sum of lengths of the boundaries of a triangle. So you get first side, you mean x with the shortest side plus the longest side plus the third side. So this is the perimeter of the triangle. This must be at least 61, you mean must be greater than or equal to 61. For this, what should be the minimum length of x? That's the question. X plus 3x plus 3x, 7x minus 2 less than or equal to 61. This gives 7x, adding plus 2 on both sides gives 63. So dividing by 7, we get x is greater than or equal to 9. So the minimum length of the shortest side must be 9 centimeter. Then only you get the minimum perimeter of a triangle 61 centimeter. So therefore, minimum length of the shortest side. When you take the shortest side as 9 centimeter, then you get minimum perimeter as 61. Is 9 centimeter. If you take more than 9, you get perimeter more than 61. That's it. I mean, minimum perimeter becomes 61 when x is equal to 9. I mean, the shortest side is 9 centimeter. Hope you got this, right? Okay, this is what about exercise 6.1. And so in the previous class and also in the previous sessions, we talked about what actually the definition of inequality and how to solve the given inequality in one variable using the algebraic method. I mean, using 4 rules. What are the 4 rules we have discussed? Equal numbers can be added on both sides of the inequality. Equal numbers can be subtracted. Equal numbers can be multiplied. Equal numbers can be divided. If you multiply by a negative thing, so inequality reversed. Divide by the negative thing, inequality reversed. So these are the 4 rules we have used in solving the inequalities in one variable. Now let's look at how to solve linear inequality in two variables using the graphical method. Graphical method of solving the linear inequality in two variables. So, most important for the purpose of annual examination, you get a 5-mark question from this, a simple one. You can easily get the 5 marks from this chapter, and there will be compulsory question from this chapter for 5 marks. Very simple question, and graph paper is required for this, and in the examination they will provide. Okay, for this I am going to take so the Sunita's example discussed in the last session. What we have discussed, she had an amount of 120 and she wanted to purchase what notebooks and pens. The cost of a notebook is rupees 40, cost of a pen is rupees 20. So the maximum amount, the total amount she has to pay is what actually less than or equal to 120. This is the question we have discussed in the last session. Okay, if x and y are real numbers, what is x represent? Number of notebooks, and y represent number of pens. If x and y are real numbers, then we can get infinitely many solutions for this. So that it is not possible to list all the solutions. So we are going to use a graphical method. In the graphical method, just we are going to represent the solution region. We are going to find the solution region. There may be many solutions for that. You may get infinitely many solutions for the given inequality. So now, how to solve? How to solve or how to get the solution for this type of inequality using the graphical method? That's the question now. First thing is, now we are asked to find the solution for this. Assume. So, let us take a solution of, let us take a single solution for this. I mean, a solution of this might be what, when x is 1, y is 1. Yes, it may be the solution. It is a solution. I mean, the solution of this inequality becomes 1, 1. And when x is 2, y is 1. Yes, of course, possible. 42 is 80 plus 20, 100. In the same way, you may get many solution for this. Since the solutions are 2D points, so this can be shown, this can be plotted in a 2D, I mean Cartesian plane. So for that I am going to consider Cartesian plane. Since we have many solutions, for that I am using this Cartesian plane. I mean, this is simple way of finding the solution. Origin O. So, in solving a given inequality, first you have to draw a line. You mean, let us consider, I have to consider first the line from the given inequality. So, what is the line we have here? 120. So, 40x plus 20y is equal to 120, or by dividing by 20 you get 2x plus y is equal to 6. So, first you have to draw yes. So, first you have to consider a line from the given inequality, whatever it may be. It may be what strict inequality or slack inequality. From that you have to consider a line. Now, so suppose 2x plus y is the line drawn like this. Assume this is 2x plus y. Let us draw 1, 2, 3. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. First you have to draw the line 2x plus y is equal to 6. So now let's check whether through what points it is passing. For that you consider just 2 points. Yes, when x is 0, what happens to y? When x is 0, y becomes 6. When y is 0, x becomes 3. Right? So this line passing through what actually? 3 comma 0 and 0 comma 6. 3 comma 0, unit is on the x axis. 3 comma 0 and 0 comma 6. So you get, this is what, this is 0 comma 6. Since it is yes, this is a line 2x plus y is equal to 6. So any line, so we know that equation of a line ax plus b, ax plus by is equal to c, where a and b are not equal to 0. So the graph of this is a straight line, right? So here we have a straight line. Now this straight line, any line in the plane can divide. It can divide a plane into 2 parts. So from the, the part above the line is called as upper half plane. Upper half plane. And the part below the line we call it as lower half plane. Lower half plane. So this is a line, divides the plane into 2 parts. So the part above the plane is upper half plane, below the plane is lower half plane. If it is a vertical line, if it is like this, if it is a vertical line, then it divides the plane into left half plane, right half plane. That's like this. If x is equal to constant, is a line parallel to y axis. It divides the given plane into 2 parts: a left half plane, and the right half plane. Okay. Now solution region comes. For example, here 1 comma 1. So you may get 1 comma 1 here, right? In the same way, 2 comma 1. So 2 comma 1 also comes in this region. So this might be the solution region. Then how to find? So it is not possible to inspecting it. It is not possible to find the solution region by inspection. This is what by inspection, by checking the values x is equal to 1, y is equal to s possibility. It is when x is 1, y is 1, it becomes less than or equal to 120. When x is 2, y is equal to 1, it becomes less than or equal to 120. So it is not. So in the same way, we may get infinitely many points. When x and y are real numbers, you may get infinitely many pairs which satisfy this inequality. So it is not possible it is not possible to recording all the points, listing all the points, so that we are going to use the graphical method. So now, yes, of course, this is a solution region. The points come below this line. The points come below this line. The points come in the lower half plane are all the solutions of this inequality. You can check by taking any point. You can take 0, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 1, 2. So here minus 1, 1, minus 1, 2, whatever the points, and also points come on the line also included in the solution region. Solution region is a region in the graph which contains the solution for the given inequality. We call it as solution region. Solution region is a region which contains all the solutions of the given inequality. Okay? And whenever the given inequality is slack inequality, then the points come on the line or also belongs to the solution region. So that we draw a shaded line, dark line. Okay? Now, as I said before, it is not possible to find the solution region by inspecting method, by taking the values of x and y. Then how to find? Very simple, students. Now, this line divides the plane into upper half plane and lower half plane. Consider any point in any half plane from upper half plane or lower half plane. We can consider any point from upper half plane. So, point from upper half plane what? So, this point, this is what actually 3, 2. 3, 2 is in the upper half plane, right? 3, 2 is a point in the upper half plane, right? In the same way, we may have infinitely many points in the upper half plane. Or you can take any point in the lower half plane, whatever the point, you can take this point. So, usually we are going to prefer 0, 0 when 0, 0 to check the solution region. So, consider any point from any half plane, then check and substitute in this given inequality. What happens? Yes, I am going to substitute those values x and y values 0, 0. Let 0, 0 from the lower half plane substitute in the given inequality, not in the line. It is should be, you should check this inequality. 40 into 0, for x is 0, y is 0. 40 into 0 0, this becomes 0. So, 0 plus 0 less than or equal to 120. Yes, of course, 0 plus 0 is 0, it is always less than 120, less than or equal to, so it satisfies the inequality. So, then you can say that if it is true for the given point, then the reason, the reason present in the point, the reason included in, you have considered point 0, 0, no. Now, the reason from which you have taken the point 0, 0, it becomes the solution reason. Now, the reason opposed to this becomes non-solution reason. The solution reason becomes this one. If the solution, of course, you are following, I think you are following this, right? Hope you are following this. Once again, to check whether to check the solution reason, I have considered a point from the lower half plane, substituted in this, so satisfied. Hence, lower half plane is a solution reason. This is not a solution reason. Or you can check, you can take this point 3, 2. Check this. What happens? 40 into 3, 120 plus y is 2, 22 is 40. It is not less than or equal to 120. You can take any point from the upper half plane, it does not satisfy. So, your solution reason is the lower half plane. Hope you got this, right? So, lower half plane is the solution reason. So, you to shade like this. So, this is the solution reason of. So, at last you to mention, hence lower half plane solution reason of the given inequality. Students, it is very simple whenever we have a single inequality, but in the examination they will be given a system of inequality. System of inequality in the sense we will have more than one inequality. Along with this, we will have one more inequality, 2 or 3. So, in that case, you to find the common reason. We will discuss later. So, hope you got this. Once again, see, let us look at once again how to find the solution reason. See, now look at this. Yes, let us recall. Now, this is a given inequality. You to find the solution reason. You mean there might be infinitely many solutions for this inequality. So, it is not possible to list all the solutions. So, that we are going to use graphical method. For that, you to draw two axes in a Cartesian plane. So, consider any consider line from the given inequality, whatever it may be, strict or slack. Consider line equal to 120. This is simplified form of this. Then check whether this line passing through what, find the points through which it is passing. You mean 3, 0, 6, 0, 6 is are the point through which line passing. So, draw the line and mention the name of the line. Then line will divide. Line will divide a given plane into two planes, upper half plane and lower half plane, or it may be left half plane, right half plane. Okay. So, now after this, take any point from any plane. So, usually when we have lower and upper half plane, take a 0, 0 from the lower half plane, substitute the given inequality. If it is true, then the reason from which you have taken the point 0, 0 is a solution reason, becomes a solution reason. Then you have to mention this is a solution reason, or you can write at last conclusion, hence the lower half plane becomes a solution reason. That is it. Then you can take any point from the lower half plane and substitute in this, it will be satisfied. For example, let me take the value minus 1 comma minus 1. So minus 40 minus 1 comma 1, minus 40, minus 20, minus 60, of course less than or equal to 120. You take any point from the upper half plane, then you substitute in this, it will not be satisfied, hence that is not a solution region. I mean, yeah, we are finding infinitely many solutions using the graphical method. So then the points come in this solution region or all the solutions for this inequality. Yes, points come in this region, it means lower half plane become the solutions for the given inequality. That's it. Hope you got it. Okay. So this is how finding the solution for the given inequality using the graphical method. Suppose if the inequality is a strict inequality. Suppose the inequality is strict inequality. Suppose we are given the inequality whatever 40x plus 20y is strictly less than 120. Then what happens? Same process, same method you have to follow, but you have to draw a dotted line instead of shaded line. You have to draw a dotted line. Why? What it indicates? It indicates points come on the solution, points come on the line do not belong to the solution region. The points only present in the points come in the lower half plane becomes the solution region. I mean, yes, belong to solution region. Points come below the line. Points come below the line belongs to the solution region, and the points come on the line as well as above the line. They don't belong to the solution region whenever it is strict inequality. Strict inequality. That's it. So it's very important, students. When you have strict inequality, you draw a dotted line. When you have slack inequality, you draw a shaded line. That's it. Okay. So this is how solving given inequality using graphical method. Very simple, students. Very simple. So now let's look at some examples that how to solve using the graphical method. Yes, here we have question, exercise number 6.2. Solve the following inequalities graphically in two-dimensional plane. Solve the following inequalities by graphical method or by using two-dimensional plane. You mean 2D plane. Okay. So first one is x plus 5 less than 5. X plus 5, x plus y less than 5. So it's very simple, students. As I said before, whatever the given inequality, you have to consider first line. Before that, let us draw two axes, x and y axis. This is origin. Okay. So first step is what actually? See here we are finding the solution, I mean the values of x and y such that sum is less than 5. Such that sum is less than 5. Of course, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1, 1 comma 3, 3 comma 1, 0 comma 0, 4 comma 1, and many. They all satisfy the condition sum of the numbers less than 5, right. So, from this example you can you can easily say the solution reason, right. Okay. So, now let us look at how to solve using the graphical method discussed before. Is the first thing what you have to do, let x plus y equal to 5 to consider a line first, equal to 5. Yes, this is passing through what? When x is 0, y becomes what? 5. When y is 0, x becomes 5. Okay. This is 4, this is 5. This is 5 comma 0, this is 0 comma 5. Then draw the line I am drawing what? The dotted line, using the dotted line. This is what? X plus y is equal to 5. Okay. Now, this line divides a given plane into two half plane, lower half plane and upper half plane. This is lower half plane and this is upper half plane. Okay. Now, solution comes in what region? That is a question. So, of course, let us take any point from any plane. Let us take 0 comma 0 from the lower half plane, substitute in the given inequality. So, let 0 comma 0 from lower half plane, then your inequality becomes 0 plus 0 less than 5, implies 0 is less than 5, which is true. Which is true, you to write, which is true, and hence to mention like this, your solution reason is the lower half plane. We call this as solution reason, and hence the solution reason is the lower half plane, but not belongs to points come on the line. You write this, you to mention this because it is strict inequality. You write the solution reason is a reason, hence lower half plane is the solution reason, and the points come on the line do not belongs to the solution reason. That's it. Or you can just mention like this: solution reason is a reason. Solution reason is a lower half plane is the solution reason. That's it. And also should remember that points come on the line x plus y is equal to 5 do not belong to the solution reason. It's very important. So now we can take any point from the solution lower half plane, solution reason, and check this. It will be satisfied. Okay. So at last, therefore, conclusion you write must and should lower half plane is the solution reason. Solution reason. And if you are interested, you can write. And also, but the points come on the line x plus y do not belong to the solution reason. It is better to write if it is asked in the exam. Okay. This is the solution for first one, and the graph paper is required for this. In the graph paper, you have to mention x axis, y axis, and the points, and the solution reason. It is very important. But usually, a graphical method, solution for graphical method for a single inequality. It is not going to be asked in the examination. So, in the examination, they are going to be asked what system of inequations. Right? Okay, now let's move to second one, that is 2x plus y is greater than or equal to 6. Same as before. First you do draw okay. Now let's find the points through which this line, the line 2x plus y equal to 6 passing. So take the points, don't take any other points, take x equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Okay. When x is 0, what happens to y? When x is 0, y becomes 6. When y is 0, x becomes 2x is equal to 6, x equal to 3. So this is a line passing through what? 0, 6 and 3, 0. So we require these 2 points, 0, 6 and 3, 0. Six, 0, 6 and 3, 0. Now draw the line 2x plus y equal to 6. Since it is a slack inequality, I am going to draw a line. You have to name this line 2x plus y equal to 6. Okay, this plane divides the plane into, this line divides the plane into 2 parts, lower half plane and upper half plane. We have to mention that lower half plane and upper half plane. Now the second step is what? Actually consider any point from any plane. So for that, let 0, 0 from lower half plane. So substitute in this 2 times of 0 plus 0 is more than or equal to 6. This gives 0 is greater than or equal to 6, which is false. 0 cannot be greater than 6, greater than or equal to 6. So here let us consider this inequality greater than 6. 0 greater than 6 is not possible. Hence the solution reason is the reason which is not from which you taken the point, or solution reason is a reason which is opposed to the reason in which you have taken the point, from which you have taken the point. You mean you have taken 0, 0, that is from lower half plane, that will not become the solution reason. Now the opposite plane, the plane opposite that becomes the solution reason. You mean this becomes the solution reason. Upper half plane becomes the solution reason, which is false. Which is false. You can check by taking any example. So for example, I am going to take 4, 2 from the upper half plane. 4, 2. Substitute in this. 4, 2 4s are 8 plus 2. Yes, of course, it is more than or equal to 6. You take any point from the upper half plane, it will be satisfied. So now the solution reason is upper half plane, and also the points come on the line 2x plus y equal to 6. Hope you got it. So at last, hence the solution reason is, or therefore upper half plane will be the solution reason. So you have to mention in the graph also, this is the solution reason. It's very important. You should mention. You have to mention that solution reason. Sorry, you have to mention the solution region in the graph also. So this is how, hope you got the method of finding the solution. Whenever it is false, then the region which is opposed to the region from which you have taken the point will be the solution region. Okay. So this is the solution for this second question. Let us move on to the third question, that is 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to 12. The first step is what actually, let 3x plus 4y is equal to 12 with a line passing through what? Passing through what? When x is 0, 4y is equal to 12, then y is equal to 3. 4 ones are 4 3s are. When y is 0, 3x is equal to 12 and then x is equal to 4. So this line passing through 0, 3 and 4, 0. 0, 3. This is 0, 3 and this is 4, 0. So draw the line. Drawing shaded line because it is slack inequality. This is what 3x plus 4y is equal to 12. Again this line divides the plane into two parts, lower half plane and upper half plane. So lower half plane and this is upper half plane. Okay. Now let us consider any point from any plane. Let us take 0, 0 from the lower half plane. So substitute in the given inequality, 3 into 0 plus 4 into 0 is less than or equal to 12. This gives 0 less than or equal to 12, which is true. 0 less than 12, and hence the solution region is a region from which you have taken the point 0, 0. So the lower half plane and also the points come on the line becomes the solution region. So lower half plane becomes the solution region. At last, to write the conclusion, hence lower half plane is the solution region for the given inequality. And also the points come on the line belongs to the solution region. So conclusion is very important. Therefore, lower half plane is the solution reason. Okay, this is how finding the solution reason. So let me discuss one more question. Yes, next question is y plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2x. Y plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2x. Somewhat different. Don't worry about this. Y plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2x. Or you can rearrange this as adding minus 2x on both sides. Nothing happens. If you want, if you confuse this, better you write you write in the form of ax plus b, by, ax plus by, adding minus 2x. So y minus 2x plus 8 greater than or equal to 0. You mean added minus 2x on both sides, adding minus 8 on both sides, you get what? Minus 2x plus y is greater than or equal to minus 8. Plus 8 means it gets that here 0 minus 8 is minus 8. You can write in this form. So nothing happens, but if you want, you can write in this form. Then you don't get confused. Yes, draw the line. So now this line, consider the line we have here, minus 2x plus y equal to minus 8. Passes through what? Passes through what? When x is 0, y becomes minus 8. Because when y is 0, yes, what do you get? When y is 0, minus 2x is minus 8 and x becomes 4. Minus 8 by minus 2. So this line passing through 4 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 8. Four comma 0, 0 comma minus 8. Four comma 0 and 0 comma minus 8. 4 comma 0. So you get 0 comma minus 8 here. This is 4 comma 0. This is your line, that is minus 2x plus y equal to, so minus 2x plus y is equal to minus 8. Then this divides the plane into two parts, that is lower half plane. This is the lower half plane, this is upper half plane. Now take any point from any plane, that is what I am going to take 0 from the upper half plane. You have to mention these points, 0 from the upper half plane, and substitute in the given inequality. 0 comma 0 from upper half plane, substitute in the given inequality, or you can substitute in this or in this, whatever, y plus 8. So y is 0. 0 plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2 times of x is 0. So 8 is greater than or equal to 0. Of course, 8 is greater than or equal to 0, right? 8 is greater than 0, right? So the region from which I have taken the point, that is upper half plane, becomes the solution region. Upper half plane becomes the solution region. Or you can check by taking any point in the lower half plane. For example, I am going to take minus 1 comma or 3 comma minus 3. 3 comma minus 3. Okay. So minus 3 comma minus 3 doesn't come on the line, because you check this, but you can check by taking 3 comma minus 3. So 3 comma minus 3. Let us check whether this point comes on the line or not, because it is not, this graph is just it is not using the scale now. So let us check whether 3 comma minus 3 come on the line or not. Substitute in the line. So minus 2 into 3, 2x plus y is minus 3. So this becomes minus 2, 3 is 6 minus 3, that becomes 9. So 9 is not equal to minus 8. So I can say 3 comma minus 3, it is not on the line. If it is satisfied, it may be, it will be on the line. So now 3 comma minus 3 comes below the line, I mean in the lower half plane. Let us substitute in the given inequality. So what I taken 3 comma minus 3. 3 is x coordinate, minus 3 is y coordinate. Substitute in the given inequality. Y is minus 3 plus 8 is greater than or equal to 2 into x is 3. So 5 is greater than or equal to 6, which is false. 5 is greater than 6 is false, therefore the solution region is upper half plane. So you have to mention that, hence upper half plane is the solution region. That's it. Okay, so this is how finding solution for the given inequality in two variables. Hope you learned, everyone, how to find the solution. Since we have many solutions, you may get infinitely many solutions for a given inequality when x and y are real numbers. So we use the graphical method. In the graphical method, since it is not possible to list all the solutions for a given inequality, so we use graph to find the solution. That's it. And this is how finding the solution for the given inequality. In the next session, we are going to discuss how to find the solution region for the system of inequations. For a system of inequations, in the sense, there may be more than one inequality. There will be more than one inequality, or 2 or 3, or so maximum of 3 inequality you may get. Okay. So in that case, you have to find the common region which is satisfied by all the 3 given inequalities or 2 inequalities. Okay. Thank you.